two local teams from the D.C. area.
Right, right. Bishop McNamara, which is currently ranked 10th in the Washington, D.C. standings, according to the Washington Post, and the Coolidge Colts from Coolidge High School, who are ranked 7th. Both are coming off of wins yesterday, and they are vying for 5th place and 6th place in this 8-place tournament. This is game 2 on Sunday's round of 4 games.
This will be a great matchup between the WCAC, the Washington Catholic Athletic Conference, and the DCIAA, which is the District of Columbia Interscholastic Athletic Association.
Two very strong leagues. Now, on the floor in the dark uniforms, who will be moving left to right, are the McNamara Mustangs, and in the lighter uniforms with the orange trim, the Coolidge Colts moving right to left. And we're getting ready for the tip-off now, which is controlled by Coolidge. Derek Washington, number 1, is bringing the ball up court for the Coolidge Colts to start us off in the first quarter.
Well, it looks like McNamara is going to go man-to-man from jump here. That should make for a high-scoring game if they keep that up.
Yep. Good inbound pass there. Oh, lost it off the steal. We had the steal controlled, but McNamara just lost it off of the foot of.
Might be a little case of jitters there in this game.
Adams. Yep. Just lost the handle on it. Just feed into Darrell Pearson for the bank shot. 2-0. Darrell Pearson for Coolidge was very active under the boards there. Pulled off that very nice bank shot.
A man-to-man also. Nice rebound.
Rebound controlled by DeQuante Thompson for Coolidge. Quickly down court to Derek Washington for the 3. A little short off the front rim, but a nice rebound by Pearson again. Gets his own rebound again. Durant Pearson has been very active. Darrell Pearson been very active the first couple of minutes of the game. Three-point shot goes in for number 10, Zach Webb for Coolidge. Now, Lance Webb was the high scorer in yesterday's close game, 43-42 win. Coolidge High School 55-47 win over Towson Catholic. And there's a nice baseline runner.
Nice drive, even against zone.
Bishop McNamara's number 12, Durant Adams.
I know we saw a little bit of this in the previous game. Guys seem to be a little slow coming out. I think it might be fatigue from 3 games in 3 days.
Well, it's been a busy weekend for these young men, and they've had a lot of fun and a lot of basketball off of the back rim. Good, strong rebound there and putback attempt. Rebound controlled by Bishop McNamara to Talib Zana. Down court pass, outlet. Oh, nice runner in there for McNamara. Number 34, Trask Ivy. 5-4 Coolidge over McNamara.
DeQuante Thompson bringing the ball up.
Oh, a great steal by Talib Zana, the 6'9" forward. And he had to get fouled before he was going to jam that one home.
Go figure. As soon as you mention his name, he commits a foul on the breakaway.
Well, you know, you make a good point, Lance. Quante Thompson and Derek Washington are going to control the front court for Coolidge. They're 2 small but very quick and very accurate guards. And he just lost the handle on that. Was a good steal by Zana, who has got just a beautiful release at the line.
Good release.
Makes the first of 2 free throws.
For a big man, he's got good speed. 6'9" junior.
He's going to be a good Division I prospect. Sinks both free throws, takes the lead 6-5. McNamara over Coolidge. Coolidge in the white, moving right to left, and McNamara in the dark uniforms, defending that basket.
McNamara staying in the man-to-man.
Very active man-to-man at this point. And we got a back-end charge by Darrell Pearson.
Tough break.
I think he was just putting too much body into that move. And
well,
good defense.
I don't think he'd have gotten off a shot anyhow, Tom. Yeah. Zana was right there waiting for him.
Yep. I saw that number 42 was looming.
Coolidge in the zone now. 2-1-2 zone.
Yep, switched into a zone and well, effective right away. Threw the ball away. Coolidge's ball. Zach Webb and DeQuante Thompson bringing the ball up.
McNamara with a little pressure.
Oh, great banker by DeQuante Thompson. He was triple, but somehow found an opening. Takes the lead back for Coolidge. Long three-point attempt. Buried. Trask Ivy. Beautiful three-point release. Another three-point attempt off the front of the rim.
A little bit on the short
Darrell
side.
Pearson controls. Back out to Washington.
That'll happen with tired legs.
And Zach Webb spin move. Good feed. Good feed inside. Nice drop pass. Number 4, Andre Madison. Another leading scorer yesterday's game. Andre Madison with 12 points yesterday.
Just like that, it's all tied up again, 9-9.
Another three-point attempt. Well, the zone is forcing them to shoot from the outside, and so far that strategy is working for Coolidge.
Zach Webb with a rebound.
Oh, Zach
goes
Webb,
coast
great.
to coast.
Great spin move. Driving finger roll. You're going to hear Zach Webb's name a lot. He had 15 points yesterday.
You know, we didn't see a whole lot of zone in the earlier games in the tournament.
You think they're trying to preserve their energy a little bit?
Some of these teams run pretty fast. Zone is probably the only way to slow them down.
Talib Zana on that put in back at the other end of the court and followed in nicely here by Andre Madison.
Two guys
good
down
scramble
the
for the
floor
ball
there.
there. Good scramble for the ball from
hustle.
McNamara. Good hustle. We got a foul on the floor. But the first foul against, no.
Derek Washington, I think.
The third team foul against the Colts.
Foul on the floor. There'll be no shooting there.
Darren Adams and Talib Zana for McNamara are going to take a seat for a few minutes, catch their breath. Inbounds pass to McNamara, controlled nicely, and a good spin move in.
Going the
Basket doesn't go, but they're going the other way. Switching back to man here for McNamara.
Dangerous skip pass there.
Yeah, all the way across court.
Nice dish
beautiful
pass.
feed.
Oh.
Beautiful feed and tap. Washington controls that rebound. Can't get the roll. And McNamara finally controls it.
Coolidge does a good job of getting back there and getting in their zone.
It's a takeaway by Coolidge. Good defense inside. Oh, the spinner's just not going in, but a nice tap in by 15. Steve Sims, 6'5" senior from Coolidge. It's like both teams are trying to push the action into the interior of the basket.
Nice spin.
A lot of tough defense in there. Washington controls the rebound and is quickly fouled by Mike Walker.
It just seems like the Coolidge is kind of slipped into a little lead here. They're up by 4.
15 to 11.
Yeah. And a minute and 45 seconds left to play in this first quarter.
Yep, they're quietly taking a little bit of control over the mid-man pressure. A three-point attempt off the front of the rim.
Nice
fighting rebound there. Offensive rebound by
Jonathan Rayford, I think that was.
Jonathan Rayford, but couldn't get it to drop. A nice runner there. Andre Madison controlling that rebound to Derek Washington. Fast break, 3-on-3, no real advantage here, but they find the open lay-in. That's enough for Marty Keithline. He wants to take a timeout and talk it over for 30 seconds.
Hey, Tom, I think we've got Stefan down here on the sidelines.
Stefan Monaco on sidelines, our sideline reporter. Stefan, how's it going?
Thank you, fellas. I just wanted to point out one thing. You guys don't see it like I see it here. McNamara Mustangs are one quick team. They are moving the ball very quickly. In my dreams, I couldn't move that fast. And you know what they say about rhinoceroses? We can move very fast. But guys, there's something. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Stefan. I think there is a sport for rhinos. I'm not sure it's basketball, but
where do I apply?
Keep that in mind. Exactly.
We'll put them in the tug of war.
Both teams are very quick, and I think Lance's earlier comment about fatigue and how that's going to play into the game. I think we'll see a lot of platooning from the bench. This is the third day of a 3-day tournament. These young men have had a very busy and active and enjoyable weekend with the White House tour and the team breakfast yesterday and 3 ball games. So we've got 1:13 left in the first quarter, 17-11. Coolidge Colts over the McNamara Mustangs. Number 7 against number 10.
Coolidge sitting back in that zone. McNamara going
a lot of traffic in there. 4 hands in his face and was able to convert.
Looks like that was a good timeout for McNamara.
Frank Ivy, yep.
They needed to convert. They'd been down the court a couple times without any points.
Cut the lead to 4. Derek Washington draws that foul. Well, looks like we're gonna call a charge. There's a lot of collapsing, stuffing defense under the basket. Whenever anybody tries to take it in, they've got 3 or 4 bodies. It's causing players to have to adjust their shots.
That's
a good,
one
strong
of the
rebound.
few offensive rebounds we've seen by McNamara.
Oh, over the back rebound there. Excellent jump, getting up. It's another short jumper. That one rolls in. 8-footer.
Now it's a 2-point game.
Lawrence Smith
18 seconds
cut
to go.
it to 2. They had the 6-point lead, and they're going to hold for the last shot. Got about 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter at Bender Arena, American University. Gonzaga DC Classic. And that should just about do it.
It'd be fun to see one of those go in.
Yeah, exactly. After 1 quarter, we've got a 17-15 lead, Coolidge High School over the McNamara Mustangs. And we've got Stefan Monaco on the sidelines with an interview. Stefan?
Fellas, hi, thank you. I got Casey O'Neill, the Assistant Athletic Director from Gonzaga. Casey, how are you today?
I'm doing great. This is a wonderful tournament.
Isn't it marvelous how they meant for others, and we just beef up the coffers for Sister Seton and Father Novotny and the whole service project. I think that's great. Any thoughts from you coming into today?
Well, I'm just really proud and just happy that our fathers have done such a wonderful job in representing Gonzaga and Washington, D.C., and hosting such a great tournament from teams all over the country. It's just been a fantastic event.
How is it? It defies gravity that we've had such closely placed ranked teams in their conferences and stuff. Isn't that amazing?
Well, again, it is amazing, and it goes all back to the fathers again, who have organized and gotten these teams, year in advance, on their schedules, this tournament, and brought them down here to Washington, D.C. So a tribute to those guys and Mr. McLaughlin and all he's done.
Exactly. I guess, but back to you fellas. Thanks so very much, Casey. Appreciate it. Oh, he wants to say one thing.
38 years right here in the Washington Redskins band. How we do? I'm going to ask you, how are we going to do tonight? The season's still alive.
Yeah, I think we can go to the playoffs if they want to play.
Listen, go Redskins, go Eagles. Have a great weekend, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Casey.
Stefan and Casey. Casey O'Neill from Gonzaga's athletic department.
What a class act he is, huh? Thank you, fellas.
He's got a lot going on there in the athletic department. They not only have this Gonzaga DC Classic sponsored by the Fathers Club, but they have the Purple Puck, which is the hockey tournament sponsored by Gonzaga, and brings together some of the premier ice hockey programs on the East Coast.
Right.
That takes place
after
after
good
Christmas.
fundraiser. Oh, great put back in. Zach Webb got the rebound. 8-foot putback.
This Coolidge team is tough on the boards. They have gotten, you've seen the stats at halftime. I'm not sure if we're tracking rebounds, but their offensive rebounds have been.
Both teams are rebounding well. We're seeing both teams go up to the glass real hard.
Nice.
Khalid Zana just takes it in from the top of the key with one dribble and lays it in almost uncontested. Lance, back to Casey O'Neill. He's a Gonzaga graduate and from athletic department director. He's with the class of 1996 and was a quarterback on the championship football team that year, I believe, and very dedicated Gonzaga player himself.
Tom, I'll tell you something, though. I thought it was he was quarterback. He said he was a running back.
Running back, right. Okay. Another strong offensive rebound. Excuse me, Stephen. Go ahead.
Gonzaga's head lacrosse coach this year.
There you go.
This will be his first year directing the lacrosse team at Gonzaga.
Well, Mike Walker's tied the game at 19 with that strong putback on the miss and is fouled, so they have an opportunity to take the lead. Just off the front of the rim. Strong rebound by Daryl Pearson. Zach Webb forcing it up. Boy, tough man-to-man defense there. Jonathan Nair was trying to drive in against 3 defenders. Committed just their second team foul. Zana controls that loose ball. Oh, another steal from McNamara.
Zana is an imposing force there in the middle.
At 6'9", he is the tallest player we have in the tournament this weekend. Definitely a big impact player for the
He's a big,
Mustangs,
strong kid, no
McNamara.
doubt about that.
Another good offensive rebound. Daryl Pearson controls for Coolidge. Washington bringing it up and gets fouled on the push.
Body foul there.
Yep, by number 1, Ryan Washington. You've got Derek Washington in the Coolidge uniform and Ryan Washington in the McNamara uniform, both number 1. Ryan Washington's going to take a seat. Vaughn Jones over on the Coolidge bench certainly seems relaxed.
Well, I think they're having fun at this
He's sitting down and, oh, what a great feed inside. Couldn't get it to go.
Tough break there.
Couldn't get it to go. Nice feed. And a 2-on-3 break and they'll pull. Good feed pass. And a little bit of a shoulder. Well, if he hadn't dipped his shoulder, maybe it would have gone the other way.
Maybe. He's just about 3 months out of sync with the season. Football season, that'd have been a great fullback drive for a first down there.
You got it.
Got a good crowd on hand today.
There are plenty of tickets available.
On this side of the arena.
Right.
In the arena at,
Vontae Thompson drives it in over 3 McNamara defenders. To regain the lead 21-19 with 5 minutes to go in the half. Daryl Pearson with the jumper. Another offensive rebound by McNamara. Good team there on Mark Hill.
The zone has been effective for Coolidge.
Oh, good block and another, almost an offensive rebound.
No, it's gonna remain McNamara's ball.
It looks like the ball hit the line before Zana pushed it back out, so McNamara will retain possession.
4 minutes and 50 seconds to play here in the first half.
Well, a pretty close game here, Lance. We've got 2 very tough physical and defensive teams.
Well, I think I'd expect it from these kids. These kids probably see each other all year long in AAU, and
yeah, I'm sure they know each other well, having grown up in the area leagues.
Got a little problem over at the scorers table here. I'm not sure what the...
Well, we've got a foul count of 5 team fouls on Coolidge, 4 team fouls on McNamara. 21-19 Coolidge over McNamara.
Well, we got coaches standing up, going scorers table. That's always a good sign.
Making sure they've got all the statistics right.
Yeah.
Nothing terribly controversial there, so we're back in play with the inbounds pass from Trask Ivy to Zana. Pearson.
They're having trouble getting the ball into Zana on the post, on the low post there.
Well, the 2-3 zone, I think, is stifling them for the moment. Good double teams in there, and they found the seam, but couldn't get the roller to go. Okay. Trask Ivy controlling.
Oh, nice pick of the pocket there from behind.
Thompson. And a great left-handed put in by Mark Hill for McNamara. Ties the game at 21. We have Stefan on the sidelines for a quick interview. Stefan?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Tom. With me is Penny Lynch, our head trainer at Gonzaga. Hi, Penny.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. Tell us what overall, what your feeling is about this whole tournament.
Oh, I think it's great. A good fundraiser to give back to the service projects of the school. Good talent, get different teams in here. I think it's a great.
Yeah, and it's always been the case where a lot of these guys are just outstanding stars in college after they leave here. But with a lot of sophomores and freshmen and peppering of juniors too. But it brought to my attention, the guys were talking earlier, and they said we want to interview Penny. What happens when you have an absolute catastrophe for a player?
Well, the first thing I'll go out on the court and see what's going on, and if need to, I'll have someone call 911. Then we'll contact the facilities people or some security for the school, and so that one can meet the ambulance or the paramedics, and they know where they're going, and there's not confusion. And then once all those calls are made, we try to calm the kid down as much as possible. Make him comfortable, even though it's probably not going to be very comfortable for them.
That's true. But fortunately, you don't have to deal with that all often.
No, not too often. But when I do, they're different every time. And I always say I play the waiting game. I just sit and wait.
Lance and I were talking earlier. I was surprised that he said when you have a freshman who wants to get taped up and you have a senior who wants to get taped up, who gets preferential treatment?
The senior, of
course.
Senior.
Oh, okay.
Well, just ask Penny for me. Does she? I know what happened to me a couple of times when I was an underclassman. Does she forget to put the under wrap on for the underclassmen if they go first?
Do you forget to put the under wrap on the under wrap on the underclassmen or the over wrap on the upperclassmen?
The under wrap.
I never forget it, but it just depends on when I'm taping them. If they're getting my nerves, I might attach a little bit more to the skin than I normally would. And try to have a little fun myself throughout the day.
That guy up there has bald ankles, as a matter of fact, as a result of that. Thanks so very much, Penny.
Thank you, Penny. That's the trainer for the PE trainer for Gonzaga College High School here working the tournament. We appreciate her assistance and hope we don't need her too frequently. We just had a 3-point bomb in by Derek Washington of Coolidge, take a 3-point lead, 24-21, with 3 minutes left to go in the game. Washington peels off the rebound and is bringing it up court. I think he turns it over in the half. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Yep. We have got Lance. I don't think either one of these teams have yet figured out how to penetrate inside and really bust up the zone. We've got it's like a 2-1 zone now.
It's almost like watching a heavyweight boxing match. They keep taking a couple of light punches each other, and they come right back, and Coolidge is hanging in there.
Yep, the only difference so far in that 3-pointer by Derek Washington. There's a nice little fast break runner inside and a rebound by Coolidge.
Nice rebound by
Talib Zana.
Zana
controls that board. Strong rebound by Zana. Both coaches have called one timeout. Coolidge had just called a timeout while we were doing that interview to talk to his players and try to get them focused on some type of a defensive maneuver. A lot of contact here. Looks like everybody is okay, but Zach Webb went down hard.
Well, they can't afford to lose Zach Webb being one of their leading scorers. Let's hope he's okay.
Looks like he's shaking it off. Aaron Smith committed that foul. That's a 6th team foul. We've got 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the half. So we may see some one-on-one activity in the next 2 minutes, but
looks like
so far a pretty cleanly fought game.
Going to take a little breather here after that
breath of the
he
half.
took on the floor there.
Clenzo Brannon up with a shot off the back of the glass.
Nice rebound there by Alonzo Cook.
Zach Webb's controlling the pace. And Daryl Pearson with a quick move inside and a nice block by number 4, Andre Madison. Looks like we got a jump ball, and possession goes to Coolidge. Steve Sims checking back in for Coolidge. As Clenzo Brannon takes a rest. 24-21, Coolidge over McNamara. Coolidge in the white jerseys, McNamara in the dark.
Okay, now we've seen
a long jump shot again by Derek Washington, and a strong rebound underneath by Steve Sims, who just checked into the game. Fouled on the way back up. 2 shots. Got it. 2-shot foul. 3-point lead at the moment for Coolidge. Minute 30 to go in the first half.
There's some tired legs there. Not using the legs on these free throws.
The good news for both of these teams, as tired as they might be, is what a great conditioning weekend for them for the beginning of their seasons.
It gets them ready to go into conference play for both of them.
That one convert. Steve Sims going to sit.
All right, Zach Webb is back in the game. They need his scoring. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, just under a minute and a half to go in the half. Leaves on a backing in. Long jumper attempt. Gets his rebound. Three-point attempt. Ooh, strong rebound by number 4, Andre Madison. Couldn't get the putback to roll in, but he'll be back at the line for 2. So I guess free throws are now starting to become a factor.
Lawrence Smith got called for the foul there. Could have been any 2 or 3 players for that foul to get called in the center there.
Lance, we're seeing excellent offensive rebounding at both ends of the court. What do you attribute that to? I mean, both of these teams are just racing to the ball when a shot goes up.
I think that they've both of these teams are really good rebounding teams to begin with. I think when they're in the zone, it makes it a little. They have a little easier idea of where they need to go when the shot goes up.
Well, Madison converted 1 of the 2, so lead to 5 for Coolidge, and they go back into the 2-3 zone. What a beautiful release by 34 Trask Ivy. Little 10 or 11 foot jumper.
Got about 50 seconds to go.
Nothing but net.
Probably playing for a last shot here, I would imagine.
Got a 26-23 game. Coolidge over McNamara. Derek Washington taking it in with the feed. All right, Zana controlling. Nice looking play. They couldn't get it to convert.
4 seconds to go.
Mark Hill controlling the action. And we've got a foul inside, a hard foul inside. Putting Lawrence Smith to the line. Just under 22 seconds left in the half. Nice release on that free throw. Cuts the lead to 4.
Well, these coaches will have some adjustments to make at halftime. I think McNamara is probably surprised to see a zone out of Coolidge, but they stayed in for the whole half. That's easier to do when you got a lead.
It is easier to do when you have the lead, and I think that'll help preserve a little bit of energy for their second half run. They're holding for 1 shot here with 12 seconds left. Derek Washington running the show.
McNamara out of the zone.
Oh yeah, what a put up by a loose ball. Andre Madison just found the loose ball on the floor, turned around and shoved it in. End up with a 28-25 lead at the end of the half. Coolidge over McNamara.
Well, it's kind of what we expected. Pretty close game. Both teams run their offenses and defenses, and
Being
a lot of rebounding.
interesting to see what they adjust at halftime. We're going down to the floor now with Stefan Monica, who's got an interview for us. Stefan?
Okay, he's still. Huh? No, I need you now, sir.
You're on, Stefan.
This is
Okay.
Tom Slater.
This guy, does that show you how busy this fellow is? Tom Slater is here, fellas, who is an icon with the DC Classic as far as being the voiceover guy. Does all the announcing, the PA announcing, and it's just very, very tedious to watch everything. But also, this guy is the voice of the Duke Blue Devils men's and women's team. How are you today?
That's really not true, but I do work some with it, and I also have worked. I've worked all over the ACC, so it's a good time. But I do enjoy it.
He is a tribute to his kind. He comes up here every year and donates his services to the very great cause of the DC Classic. We appreciate that in triplicate.
Well, thanks. I'm just one of the very many volunteers here, and I sure appreciate the opportunity to come. It's almost like a holiday tradition now. So, what a great tournament!
We almost thought we didn't hear from you. We thought maybe I was going to have to sit in or something, but it doesn't matter.
Hey, Stefan.
I cut my teeth with this guy at the beginning of my first run, 4 or 5 years ago.
Stefan,
Yes, sir.
I know Tom does the Maui Invitational.
The Maui Invitational, right?
So I wonder.
Yes, it is. That's a good gig right there. The Maui Invitational. It was a great tournament this year, and a lot of fun.
I saw it on TV. I thought it was marvelous. But that's got to be a nice trip for you, huh?
Yeah, it is. I look forward to it every year. It's kind of a good kickoff to the basketball season.
Go ahead.
Which one does he like better? Looks like he's still got a tan from that.
The guy always is tan, man. He's like he's ready from the golf. Well, they play golf down there and by Duke quite a bit. What do you like better?
Boy, I don't know. That's a tough one.
They're both good, aren't they? Well, this ain't too bad either, except for the fact it's winter.
Well, they're different. You know, in high school, there's a lot more you do. You know, the setup is different, so it's a lot of fun. You know that.
I know, but I know one thing. You and I were very tuckered out when we got out of here last night at, about 10 o'clock?
I don't even look, actually.
Hey, Stefan, tell him we'll give the other tournament the weather, but we'll take the better basketball here at the DC Classic. How's that?
We'll take the better. Lance says we'll take the better basketball here at the DC Classic.
I'm with you on that one.
There you go. Thanks so very much, Tom. All the best, sir. Back to you, fellas.
Thanks, Stefan. Okay, watching the 2011 Gonzaga DC Classic. We'll be back to you with the second half between Coolidge and McNamara in a few minutes. Thank you.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm Will Pisano, and I'm here at the 19th Annual DC Classic with Sister Seaton. How's it going, Sister?
Great.
Sister, your name is synonymous with Gonzaga service projects, and I was just curious, what have you changed since you've taken over the helm?
Well, this is my 30th year at Gonzaga, and I really credit Gonzaga's administration and faculty seeing the need to increase the number of service projects here at Gonzaga. When I first came, we certainly had the McKenna Center and the tutoring up at the Source and Porter and the Perry School. but we really didn't have individual programs for the sophomores and juniors. So one of the first things I did was to start an association with Martha's Table and McKenna's Wagon for the sophomores, and then the organization Food and Friends, which reaches out to homebound folks who either have AIDS or are HIV positive, and now a new outreach for Food and Friends is to help people with a terminal illness. So that during the year, those were the projects that became more expanded. For the summer service projects, we only had two. One was in Camden, and one was the GIVE program, which at that time was in Puerto Rico. And we've increased that now from 2 to 5, as well as for and that they would be for the rising seniors. For the rising sophomores and juniors, we did not have what we now know as Emmitsburg, which is a wonderful outreach for the younger guys at Gonzaga.
Now, personally, I've been fortunate enough I went to Biloxi last summer,
right.
And there's countless summer service projects. I was just curious if there's any that we're trying to expand on, or any new ones that we're trying to do.
I do think, given the need in New Orleans and Biloxi as a result of the storm Katrina, we're looking into starting either another spring break program or perhaps a summer program.
Awesome. So, 19th annual DC Classic. Father's Club runs the show.
Right.
It raises the money for the service projects. How exactly is the money used? Like, where does it all go?
Well, as you know, it's good basketball and a great project.
Right.
So some of it is for the programs that we do during the year. Would be supplies for the tutoring program at the Perry School. It would also be if the campus kitchen program needs some extra food supplies. And definitely during our summer programs, it helps a lot with the construction materials, the painting materials, as we help others in need.
Right. So is there any particular thing that this year in particular that the money would be going to that you're
Well, actually, I was thinking a little bit about the needs of our city and our country and our world, and as the economy becomes more difficult, I know definitely on McKenna's Wagon we're seeing more of the homeless and the needy, and a new classification called the working poor that are there each night asking for food handouts. And the same is also true, I know from the McKenna Center, that the number of men has increased considerably this year in terms of meals, so that's certainly going to help out in both of those programs. So the needs are great, as we know, but we also have wonderful young men and faculty members and parents who are really involved in our service projects, which really helps me love my job even more.
All right, excellent. Thanks for talking to us, sister.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Before we go, any predictions on the Classic?
Number one, Gonzaga is going to beat everyone.
All right, that's what I like to hear. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm ready whenever.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gonzaga DC Classic 2007. We are here at Bender Arena at American University in Northwest Washington, D.C. The second half action between the McNamara Mustangs and the Coolidge High School Colts. Both teams from Washington, D.C. Coolidge is ranked number 7 in the local standings, and McNamara number 10. And Lance, that first half was a pretty tight first half, a lot of defense. We're seeing players, tiring out from the 3-day weekend. And what do you think? What do you think we're going to see this half?
We expect to see a lot of up and down the court with both of these teams. I think both of them have surprised us a little with coming out in a zone, or at least McNamara's played a zone part of the time.
Yeah, and Coolidge played a zone most of the game.
Yeah, from the beginning.
Now there's a power rebound by Talib Zana for McNamara, cutting the lead to 1.
That may be the biggest adjustment we'll see in the second half with McNamara. Is they're really going to concentrate on getting the ball inside to him. He was not much of a force in the first half. He only had 6 points, but
nice feed inside by
all those points were on rebounds
number
he had
10,
in the first
Zach Webb.
half. I think they're going to make a conscious effort to drill it inside to him this time to see if he could dominate. He's got about a 4-inch height advantage.
Yeah, he's a really, really nice player.
He's a strong kid.
Junior, 6'9", McNamara High School.
Okay, here we go. We'll see. They'll probably rotate him over.
Finding seam in the zone. Couldn't get that one to go, but that's the open there, just in front of the foul line on that 2-3 zone.
Wow, great rebound
Strong
there
rebound
by Zana.
There. Zana's getting up. He's found some new energy.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. Who are we been talking about?
Well, that's Zana. He scored those first, I guess the first 4 points there, right, this half for them.
Vaughn Jones of Coolidge wants to talk to him. And let him in the lane, no box out, and he came through and slammed the miss in.
Probably a good idea.
Zach Webb had put the ball up from outside the point line, and Zana read it beautifully and timed it perfectly.
Well, I tell you, we're going to probably see more of Zana in the second half. We'll continue to dominate. If they can get a lead here, I think they'll pull him out of that zone, and then we might see him really dominate because I don't think they have a good matchup person for Zana at this point.
Not 1-to-1 for sure.
I think the tallest guy on the court, Coolidge, is going to be a 6'5" or 6'6" player. And
you got Lewis Stevens at 6'8", number 5, and he's been seeing some playing time. He's not on the court right now.
I think, unfortunately, physically, he just doesn't match up well.
Yeah.
And he's not. He is not on the court right now. So
30-29. Coolidge over McNamara.
Here's another change I think we're going to see. We're going to see a little more full court pressure too. Have McNamara pressing the guards a little bit.
I want to correct that last call there, Lance. That basket was disallowed for goaltending, offensive goaltending.
Oh, it was.
Yep.
How about that?
Because it was 30-27 at half, and
there's Zana
now
with another
30-29.
dominating block
Got
inside.
a big steal here. Derek Washington, the lead pass out. See if he can convert. Good hit back.
Oh. How about that?
Nice block there by Zana.
Zana has just been dominating.
Talib Zana.
Did you see him hustle back and get back on defense?
Steal attempt by Derek Washington. Didn't quite control it, but broke up the fast break.
All right, let's see what happens here. Staying in zone, it looks like.
Trask Ivy will inbounds.
Staying
Gets
in the
it
zone.
out to Alonzo Cook.
Mustangs looking for their first lead here in the second half.
And a nice 15-foot jumper by 34. Trask Ivy, who was the leading scorer in the first half for the Mustangs with 9 points. And they move into the lead by 1, 31-30. Coolidge High School in the white, moving left to right. McNamara Mustangs in the dark. And we got a jump ball tie up.
Quick hands there.
Possession to McNamara.
Lonzo Cook with very quick hands tied him up.
Lonzo Cook's a 5'10 senior.
Looks like McNamara is going to switch to the zone here on the inbounds play.
Got to see if they can get something in around Talib Zana, whose outstretched arms are everywhere in the paint.
Well, he takes up the whole paint area there, doesn't he?
He's a force inside.
Now they're matching out. They're coming out of the zone now.
Yep. And Zana had to change that shot by Daryl Pearson.
And gets the rebound to boot. Okay, they're looking inside. Trying to get that ball inside to Zana.
Settle for the outside jumper, 2 points. Alonzo Cook nails it again.
I wouldn't be surprised, Tom, if we see on the next time down the court that Coolidge pulls out of that zone if they don't score here.
Yep, and we got a charge on Derek Washington. Well, Coolidge hasn't scored this half. We got 4 minutes and 36 seconds left, Lance.
Yeah, I think
they're frustrated.
They're very frustrated going against the zone. We're seeing a little different look here, a little different zone, a little half-court pressure zone. Almost a 1-3-1.
Long jumper from outside.
Nice block out there, keeping Zana off the boards. That's what they got to do. They got to keep the big man off the boards.
Nice block by Talib Zana. Derek Washington again gets the block.
Another block by Zana.
2 big blocks in a row. Hall's in the rebound. Now, was that ball coming down when he blocked it? I don't know.
Sure looked pretty close.
That looked like a possible goaltend, but the refs didn't see it. So, therefore, nice feed inside to Zana. Mark Hill, beautiful feed to Zana underneath.
Well, they're on, I think, about an 8-0 run at this juncture.
Since the half, that's right. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. 35-30, McNamara. And a rejection.
Another block.
Well, we're not getting tired of calling Zana's name, but he's the whole story for McNamara right now.
He looks like a different kid in the second
half.
He
and Mark Hill are just taking control of the game.
Almost like the team is just woken up. Staying in the zone on the inbounds, and now they'll quickly switch back to a man-to-man. Staying in the zone.
Nice move there by Daryl Pearson. Quante Thompson just forced that ball up over Zana.
That's pretty impressive. 5'10" man going up against a 6'9" inside guy.
Didn't look intimidated by him.
Did not look intimidated at all.
Our first score of the half, and there's a turnover, so we can now eat back in lead. 3-point lead at this point by McNamara.
Okay, we've got McNamara applying just a little pressure. Probably just nuisance pressure.
Madison will inbound to
wear these guys out a little bit.
DeQuante Thompson.
DeQuante is the young man that just took it inside. They want to post him up more often. He's the only one that's had success so far this half.
Yep.
Going inside against McNamara. There he goes again. We got a foul there.
He gets fouled on the floor. First team foul for McNamara this half.
Well, I guess I could kid around and say that Zana had a look of fear in his eyes, having DeQuante come at him again.
As he looks down at him from a foot or two up. Thompson will inbound it.
Staying in a man-to-man this time for McNamara.
Timeout to Coolidge. Couldn't get the inbounds look that he wanted, so they quickly called their third timeout.
Good coaching change there on McNamara, switching from inbounds. They've been going with a zone, which is fairly passive, just denying the inside inbound. And that time they came out in a man-to-man. So
we got a 30-second timeout here. 35-32. McNamara Mustangs come out strong, an 8-2 run to start the second half. 2:45 to go in the third quarter.
I think we're going to see kind of a chess match here between these two coaches. They know each other well.
Well, we need somebody, I think Coolidge needs somebody to step up for them and take charge of the game. And we've seen it happen with McNamara. Zana and Mark Hill are taking control of things. And Coolidge is looking for the answer.
Well, Daquante Thompson has been the only one so far that has challenged the big man inside and won. McNamara staying in that zone. Here we go. Strong move, but blocked again.
Big
partially
block by
blocked.
Zana.
He didn't even leave his feet that time. Straight up, that was a great block by the big man.
Oh, great feet inside. Great feet inside and a delay.
Andre Madison with the foul there.
Lawrence Smith goes to the line with the pump fake, got Madison off of his feet. All he could do was just come down on top of him. 2 shots.
Well, again, I hate to say it, but I think fatigue is part of the reason why we see these free throws hitting the front of the rim so often.
We've had a lot of missed free throws all day today. We had a couple teams yesterday that were shooting close to 80, 85%, and it's been under 50% today. That one bounces out. Daryl Pearson, number 3 for Coolidge. Daquante Thompson trying to find an opening here in this. Looks like they're back to the.
Daquante going inside against everybody.
Yeah, it's too much for him.
Good outlet pass there by Zana. Trails the act down the court. Nice lead pass.
Up. Off of Pearson. Off of Steve Sims on the rebound attempt.
Well, it looks like they're taking Daquante out for a little break.
Trask Ivy will inbound it.
I'm really surprised that they are staying in this zone. They're down by 3 with a little under 2 minutes to play in this third quarter.
Well, it's been effective for him up in the first half. We've got a pretty low-scoring game here. I mean, we're almost finished with 3 quarters, and we're only in the low 30s, so there's not a lot of offense yet. Long jumper.
Well,
off the rim.
Yeah, that shot was
34 Trolls. And we got the charge. Derek Washington did a great job of getting his feet set.
You know, if he pulls up and waits another half a second, he's got Zana coming down the middle lane for an easy dunk.
He had the trailer, but decided to take it in himself and steamrolled. Trask Ivy steamrolled over Derek Washington. Washington bringing it up for the Coolidge. Coolidge behind 35-32 to the McNamara Mustangs. Minute 15 seconds to go in the third quarter.
You know, McNamara came out in this half and really pounded it inside, both from a rebounding and a offensive standpoint.
There's about the 7th block a quarter by Zana.
Look out.
We got a hard foul by 21 Rashad Ridge. Excuse me, 21 Jonathan McNair. That's his 2nd foul. 3rd team foul on Coolidge. Trask Ivy will inbound it to Zana. Back to Ivy, who had not gotten back in bounds yet. Good idea on the give and go, but Ivy was just too slow getting back into the court.
He almost looked surprised by that pass back from the big man.
Yeah.
He seemed to be looking out towards half court for some reason.
He did not look surprised by the whistle, though.
That's kind of unusual. Usually they do look surprised by the
what
whistle.
a great drive in by Derek Washington.
Oh, my
do
goodness.
it, and we've got a pile up underneath. Steve Sims hauled in that rebound.
Okay
Looks
there.
like everybody's okay. Mike Walker came down on top of him hard. That's
Steve Sims,
2.
I thought Steve Sims would be going to the line here.
Well, he wasn't shooting. I think he was just trying to control that rebound and get it set to go back up when he got leveled.
They need to do something outside here because they've had not much luck with the altering shots.
Yep.
Going over Zana.
Zana is changing everybody's shot inside the three-point line, it seems. Every time Coolidge takes a shot from anywhere inside the three-point line, he is definitely a factor.
20 seconds to go here in this third quarter, and McNamara is going to for the last shot. No surprise there, but let's see if they get back to their game plan they came out with, which is pounding the ball inside.
Yep. Mark Hill's going to look for an opening here with about 10 seconds left.
Either that or taking the outside shot and having Zana pound the boards and get the easy rebound.
Oh, beautiful lay-in.
Need either one of those. All that strategery for nothing.
Trask Ivy with about a 3-foot
shot and
off the backboard. All right, we end the third quarter, 37-32. McNamara over the Coolidge Colts.
They scored. Okay. They only got 4 points. Coolidge only scored 4 points that quarter.
Yeah, I mean, and I think we've got to point to one player on the McNamara team that's responsible for that.
Well, the big man Zana has just been dominant.
You got a potential all-met player here that's controlling the game here in the third quarter. Between him, Mark Hill, Trask Ivy, Duran Adams, Lawrence Smith, they're just a great job of controlling the pace. And they outscored Coolidge by 10-4. Let's move over to Stephen Monica for
right
a
here.
report.
I just have this to say, and that is, have I made believers out of you fellas that the matchings are almost a mirror of like teams together?
Absolutely.
Well, I think the entire tournament, every team in the tournament has played great basketball. I mean, there have been no mismatches. I think we had, take that back. We did have one mismatch. So the first night, we had a team that came in late, had some transportation problems, and they never seemed to get untracked. But since then, every game has come down to the fourth quarter.
The Laughlin thing was just out of the ordinary, totally. 104 points. Wow. Back to you, fellas.
Thank you, Stephen. Okay, so we got McNamara bringing the ball in, pulling up a
shot there.
Three-pointer.
Well, that takes
Trask Ivy. He's still a high scorer in the game.
Zana out of the offense there, which is, I'm not sure is a good thing in the long run, but you can't argue with a three-point shot that goes in. That's where the coaches say, don't. Oh, great shot.
Nice shot. Extends the lead to 8. Washington will try his three-pointer. Can't get it to go. Brendan Coleman comes down with the rebound.
That's the first time I think we've called his name on the rebounds today.
Another three-pointer by Trask Ivy.
I tell you, he was pretty quiet in the first half. And, yesterday he was quiet in the game. We didn't hear much about him. And then this team has got so many weapons. They can score from just about anywhere on the court. We've seen the dominance inside by Zana.
And we've got a foul with the runner. Three-point opportunity for number 32, DeQuante Thompson for Coolidge. Cuts the lead to 9, 43-34.
Well, there we go again with DeQuante seems to be the guy that wants to take over for this team to get him back in the game. He's the only one that's really challenged Zana inside, and he's only given up a foot in height.
Yeah, only a foot. But Lance, I think you hit on a key point for the theme of this game. There is a pretty significant size advantage, man for man, McNamara over Coolidge, and I think that's playing out here. Oh, nice pass inside attempt, but stolen by Coolidge. Andre Madison bringing it up. Derek Washington forcing the action, and he got the roller. Got the runner. What a nice move. Nice spin layup move. Derek Washington at Coolidge High School. Cut it to 7. Got a timeout to McNamara. 43-36. Coolidge is creeping back into the game. You know, we're talking about this size situation. I've just looked court here, and as I look at what's going on in this quarter, the third quarter in particular, it looks like the size advantage is really the main factor in the game so far. Both teams are very quick. They've got good shooters. They're running decent plays. They've got good defensive schemes, but there's that couple of inch advantage on just about every player on the McNamara team, several inches in the case of Talib Zana. And Lance, I think that's, I've got to point to that as the main differential at the moment.
That's definitely the story of the second half. Zana has dominated inside, both offensively and defensively. And even on offense, when he's not touching the ball, he's drawing 2 players and creating mismatches elsewhere on the court.
You got Zana at 6'9", Brandon Coleman at 6'5", and they're controlling all the action inside. Trask Ivy plays very, very tall.
That's another great example where you've got some open shots on the outside because they're so focused on shutting down Zana on the inside.
Mark Hill controlled that rebound, and it'll be out of bounds to McNamara on the tip. Trask Ivy will handle the sideline.
Be interesting to see what differently. We've already seen Coolidge come out in a little bit of a man-to-man.
Jump shot from the foul line for Mark Hill. 2-point play. 5 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the game. 45-36, McNamara.
There we go. Oh, that's the
rejection.
First time the
Zana rejection.
The point guard
Quick
has gone
outlet
up
pass.
against the big man and lost.
It's like a 3-on-3 break here, and no advantage, so they're slow down. Here's a jam. Up. One too many steps for Talib Zana.
Boy, that's almost like in football. You gotta watch the ball all the way in, and he just was focused on the slam dunk.
Coach Marty Keithline on the sideline wanted that ball out of bounds. It's a nice spin move, but once you mentioned hauling, traveling, and palming the ball quite a bit this year.
That may be one of the focus points for the referees. They do that every year. They pick out some focus item that they want the officiating to concentrate on, and
they're not letting them get away with carrying the ball, with the palm or traveling. And usually it's that half a step that the player takes before they start their dribble that gets them in trouble. But we've heard a lot of whistles this weekend.
We have McNamara back in that inbound zone. I thought we were going to see that foul coming.
Got a push-off foul.
Number 4 for Coolidge, Andre Madison.
Andre Madison pushed off. That's his third foul.
He was just kind of bulldozing Zana out of the way to open up that shot. You can't do that so close under the basket with the referee just standing there staring at you.
Yep. Full court press here. Beaten easily by Mark Hill.
Yeah, I think that is.
He's got a jumper and a foul. I believe that one is going to be on Zach Webb.
It's starting to slip away from Coolidge a little bit. They're down by 9. 45-36 with minutes to play here in the fourth quarter of this game.
Just committed their 5th team foul. 14 fouls for the McNamara Mustangs. Yep. Good stroke there by 34, Trask Ivy. Got a nice looking shot. 10-point lead. Coach is asking them to box out, but no need to box out on the free throw. Right through the net.
Coolidge has got to get some points here.
Puts Derek Washington on the line, and I think 42 will take that foul. That's his first foul of the day.
That's pretty incredible. That's his first foul.
With
all those block shots.
All the swats that he's had in there. Only once has he hit anything but ball.
Kind of hard to imagine. Do you think so?
From this vantage point, I can't question the referees. I think they're doing a great job of controlling the pace of play and controlling the game. They've been great all weekend.
I'm sure there's a lot of physical play going on inside down there that we just can't see from here.
All right, Derek Washington gets the second free throw. Oh, nice outlet tip by Zana. He wanted that ball. He's got control of it.
Look at him. Well, he's got great hands for a big man. Look at that. Recovered from that. I think the matchup we're seeing is probably the most interesting. Look at that. We've got DeQuante Thomas guarding Zana and did a great job on it.
Yeah, Steve Sims did a good job on that.
5'10" against 6'9". That's incredible. DeQuante is doing it all for Coolidge right now.
Good put back up there by Steve.
Full court pressure here again by Coolidge. A little zone press.
Steve Sims did a great job there on that inbounds. Quick turnaround lay-in. Cut the lead to 8. Okay, Darrell Pearson, see if they can get the 3-on-2 break going. He's going to take it all the way himself. Good finish, good finish. We got a timeout, Coolidge. cuts the lead to 6, 47 to 41. 3:56 to go in the game, folks. And Coolidge is trying to make a run of it. 5 team fouls on both teams. So Coolidge is taking a full 1 minute timeout here.
Well, with 4 minutes to go, Coolidge is down to, they've got 1 timeout left. So I think this is where they got to make their push. Now they've come out, they have changed. They've gotten out of that zone and gone man to man, and it's been successful. I would question having DeQuante Thompson, 5'10", man-to-man defense against Talib Zana, who's 6'9".
Well,
that's an incredible matchup.
They switched Steve Sims off on guard right there, but it actually worked out okay because Sims turned around and swatted that ball away behind Zana, and they ended up controlling that rebound. But, yeah, you're right. That was a huge mismatch underneath. McNamara just couldn't take advantage of it.
They tried. They tried going over the top, and DeQuante got some backside help, which is the way that defense is supposed to work. But it is always interesting seeing a guy that barely comes up to cover the numbers at the top of his head.
You got Jonathan Rayford, number 20, checking in for the Coolidge Colts. And they're trying to find a combination of shooters and ball handlers at this point. They're going to need to find some offense quickly here.
Still zone
down
press.
by 6.
Still zone press by Coolidge.
Breaking
Easily
it
broken.
fairly
It's a
easily.
3-on-1 here, 3-on-2. We see Coolidge back in that man-to-man now.
Great presence of mind there by Trask Ivy to just get the ball outlet to the top of the key to mark.
Somebody's got to take a charge on
Nice
that.
runner there. Zana controls, but I think that ball's going to stay. Nope, they're giving that one to Coolidge.
Well, I hate to say it, but I think Coolidge deserves that one. They out-hustled him there.
A lot of action on the floor there. He had 3 threes on the floor.
Well, let's see if they can get something out of that turnover.
DeQuante Thompson looking for an opening here. He's got Derek Washington.
You know, they have been
Andre
ineffective
Madison.
inside, and this may be the secret. If you get the ball out on the top of the post and pull,
They're going to have to take some out. They're going to have to make some outside shots. That's all there is to it. I mean, I think Vaughn Jones, Coach Jones, wanted Jonathan Rayford in there just that shot, and unfortunately he missed everything. But they're going to need to make some outside shots. What a great steal! Teamwork there, Lance. A lot of teamwork there on the double team.
Well, here we go. McNamara finally back to their game plan. Get the ball in Zana's hands.
I like the way Zana handles the ball. Very sure hands. Dribbled right through that trap.
2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this 4th quarter. Mustangs from Bishop McNamara. Oh, that should have been a
6-point lead. Called a tie-up. Looks like it'll be Coolidge ball.
Possession error to Coolidge. Well, they're down by 4. They can get it to 2 here.
It's a good top there. 47-43. McNamara over Coolidge. We've got Coolidge in the white uniforms moving left to right. McNamara in the dark.
So DeQuante brings the ball up. Let's see if they can keep Zana, pull him up to the top. There's the open outside shot.
That's the shot they want.
Got to make that.
There's
nice
Jonathan
foul.
Rayford. That's why he's in the game, because of those sure hands. Great rebound. We're down to 2 points and back to a 4-point game. They broke the press, but
well, there again, Tom, they got the ball in Zana's hands, and it just opens up the entire court.
2 minutes to go. Let's see if they run another play for a 3-point shot. They don't really need a 3-pointer at this stage, but lucky break from McNamara there. Good hands, bouncing the ball off of the backboard into
You know what? They let him take
player.
that outside shot, and he just didn't do it.
Mark Kilden run a little bit of clock here. Well, they're looking for more offense, though. You got to hand it to them. They're looking for a shot.
DeQuante Thomas.
32, DeQuante Thompson takes that foul.
Thompson, sorry.
And it's only the 16th foul, so they're still not shooting yet.
You know, there's been 2 trips down the court where Coolidge has been not able to score. You know, we could have a game right here if they can just put the ball in the hoop.
A 4-point game. Trask Ivy inbounding. Trying to find Zana. What a
Wow.
play. Left-handed.
What a finger roll
Two
there.
players draped on him.
Well,
6-point lead for McNamara.
There's the game plan. Ends on his hand, and they score.
Yeah, McNamara's just looking for any kind of solution they can get here. Somebody needs to set a screen.
Quante Tom with a nice
But a nice
pass.
drive
Oh!
there, and he can get the three-point conversion to go. Well, Andre Madison got set up just the way he wanted. It was a great feed from DeQuante Thompson, but they just didn't convert. Two shots at the line.
DeQuante has had one heck of a second half.
Try to cut the lead to 4 here. 1:11 to go in the game.
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of free throw shots here coming down the stretch, because that's the only they got to play. They got to slow down the clock now for Coolidge to
time
make a game of this.
Time is their enemy at this point for Coolidge, so they're going to need to figure out a way to either steal the ball or put McNamara on the line for the one-on-one and test their free throw shooting skills.
Interesting coaching move here by Coolidge.
5-point lead.
Take DeQuante Thompson, a little taller lineup in here, maybe try and defend those defensive boards a little better.
Minute to go in the game.
Okay.
They're going to need to get somebody on the line here soon.
Yeah, we're going to see an intentional foul here pretty soon. They got to get the ball in there.
Hadn't called for it yet.
Losing a lot of time here. Nice
block. Nice block by Andre Madison.
There you go. Got to put up a shot quick here.
And down court with a big block. And we got the foul back on. Madison's back on the line.
Story of the second half there is
Zana's frustrated, but he put a great block on Washington's attempt.
You know, the rest of his blocks today, I think it's interesting to know. We were talking earlier about the physicality of this game, but almost all of his blocks have been in their blocks. He hasn't been anywhere near the player. He's got the ball in midair on its way to the basket.
Very good point. Not touching the player, the body, the arm, the hand. He's just swatting the ball out of the air and leaves the player's hands. He's that tall and that effective.
And a couple times it's been long after the ball has left the shooter's hands.
Well, he is clearly the story of the game for McNamara. I mean, he's just a towering defensive presence in the middle of the court.
They need this one. Somebody's got to hustle for it.
Coolidge hustled for it, and it looks like they got it. They got the bounce. DeQuante Thompson raced over there to
31 seconds to go in this game, Tom, and it looks like Coolidge has got a chance. They got 4 points.
Coolidge is now in the bonus 1-on-1.
Nice. Stay in there. Oh, nice drive. There's DeQuante Thompson again challenging the big man.
Boy, Jonathan Rayford had an open lane to the basket, just couldn't get the bounce roll to go in. We're back on the line. 18 fouls now on the Mustangs of McNamara. 51-47, 22.7 seconds left.
Oh, that's fatigue there. This young man has had one heck of a second half.
He's played most of the game, and it's been a long weekend for these kids.
Let's get this. If he makes this, there'll be one possession game. Oh, that's too bad. Well, we've got a timeout by McNamara here.
Sana controls that board effectively.
Well, we got a 4-point game, 2-possession game. With 21 and a half seconds left to go in the game here.
So if you're Vaughn Jones on the Coolidge bench, you got to be telling your players, maybe don't cover the inbounds pass, but put 5 on 4 on the receivers and see if you can get a quick steal.
Yeah, if you don't get the steal right on the inbounds pass, you got to go right to a foul. You just don't have time to fool around.
No luxury to let them dribble the ball around and pass it around for a couple of seconds.
It's got to be, if you don't get that inbounds pass with no time coming off the clock.
Get them on the line for the 1-on-1.
You got to get them down at the other end of the actually, I think they've got 1, maybe 2 fouls to give, too, so you'll get another shot at the inbounds.
Well, they've got 16 fouls now, so their next foul will be a 1-on-1. That'll put them on the line. They're in the bonus, so both teams are in the bonus.
Well, I think that's what we're going to see. If we don't see that, I would be surprised.
Looks like they'll be inbounding. McNamara will be inbounding under the Coolidge basket, so they're going to have to go full court. And Coolidge will have to apply pressure full court.
Well, this has been quite a game. We have two very evenly matched teams. It's been a tale of two halves. We had Coolidge really winning the first half.
I think it's been a tale of Talib Zana and Mark Hill so far, right, for the Mustangs.
Okay, they got to steal this inbounds pass.
There you go.
And did they do it?
Yeah, they got the jump, but it's still McNamara ball. They got the jump ball. It's a good tie-up. They just didn't quite get possession.
Well, let's see if they can do that again. It's still
Alonzo
2 seconds
Cook
clicked off the clock there.
Alonzo Cook is going to try and inbounds again. We're at 19 seconds.
He's got a foul. He's got a foul now.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Missed the foul opportunity.
He missed it. He's going to pull it out. That's a smart play there by McNamara. Pull the ball out. Well,
wow, look at that. Good ball handling by McNamara. You got to hand it to him. They just moved the ball around very, very quickly on that press break. And Coolidge couldn't find him.
They couldn't. They moved the ball well. The good passing there by McNamara to keep the ball from a place where they could call the foul. So we've got
Talib Zana on the line for a 1-and-1.
Can put the game away here, I think. Well,
that's 5.7 seconds left and a 5-point lead.
Yeah, this kid, we're going to see this kid at the next level somewhere. He's just got such a nice release on his shot here.
Just a junior.
He'll be a nice young man to follow throughout the WCAC season.
Couldn't get the three to go, and that's the end of the game. 52-47. McNamara Mustangs over the Coolidge Colts, Coolidge High School. Great game. Well, Lance, we'll be back in a little while with Game 3 today.
Which is the third and fourth place game between Fremont and Roman Catholic. Fremont coming out of Oakland, California, and Roman Catholic out of Philadelphia.
Okay, with the Gonzaga DC Classic for 2007, we'll be back to you shortly with game number 3 for Sunday. Thank you.